Well, now it's time for Entertainment 24 with Matt Cooke.
Good evening. Well, first details have emerged of Madonna's divorce. She settled with Guy Ritchie for at least £50 million. The pair were granted a divorce at London's High Court last month. Up until now, the details had remained secret, but her spokeswoman said tonight that the financial settlement had been worked out. Custodial agreements for the couple's children were still to be finalised. Well, earlier I spoke to Hannah Fernando from Heat magazine, and I started by asking her what she made of it all.
Well, it's just really surprising because, of course, we thought that Madonna and Guy were going to settle for a really small amount. The rumours were, the reports were that Guy didn't want much money at all. He just wanted, well, a joint custody for the children, and there has been some reports, some rumours that the two of them are arguing over where the children should be. But again, today it seems the reports are that they're even going to put on a united front for Christmas, and they're going to join forces and show the kids that, you know, mum and dad can still be okay, which is really nice if that can happen.
It's quite a quick turnaround, isn't it, from their separation, and also there's still no sort of agreement on where the children are going to end up either, is there?
No, it's hugely quick, and it just seemed to be a settlement that has remained quite, well, it's been very quiet really when you think of some of the high-profile divorce cases that there have been. This has been fairly quiet between the two of them. Where the children will be, of course, Madonna wants to be in America. That's one of the reasons, allegedly, that they split in the first place. She had had enough of being the English Rose that she'd fell in love with, and he, of course, is over here and remains here. So, yes, the children are going to be, for a lot of the time, on flights between the two countries, I think.
Well, the other big showbiz story tonight is about Strictly Come Dancing. You may remember there was a voting mix-up on Saturday, which meant all three couples were put through. Yesterday, the BBC said no calls would be refunded, but tonight there's been a change of heart. Well, our entertainment reporter Nikki Schiller joins us. Bit of a change of heart from the BBC, as I said there?
Yes, there's been a number of announcements tonight. The first is that they say that an independent adjudicator has looked at what they did on Saturday and everything. They did the right thing, he has said, or she. The second thing is that they've announced that there were about 1,800 complaints into the BBC about the voting. So they've had a change of heart, and yesterday they said there'd be no refunds. Tonight they've said there will be. It was announced on It Takes Two, which is the sister programme to Strictly Come Dancing on BBC Two, by John Beasley, who's the head of entertainment production for the BBC. Here's what he had to say.
The votes cast will be rolled through to this Saturday's final, and that's really positive, and that's great.
Although, I don't want to rain on your parade. No, go ahead.
No, and as a result of that, but you can rain away. Look, those votes will count, and that's really important. They have been registered on Saturday, and they will roll forward. What's important to say as well is that if somebody is really unhappy about that, and they feel very strongly that they want to have a refund from their voting last Saturday, then we will refund that call cost.
OK, so you'll give money back?
We will, for anybody that is unhappy with their vote rolling forward, but all the votes will roll forward to this Saturday.
I should say, if you are unhappy, you can apply via the Strictly Come Dancing website from tomorrow. It's not up yet, but it will be up tomorrow.
Now, because of all this, they've actually changed how Saturday is going to work. It's a bit complicated. How
yeah, if you thought this Saturday was complicated, wait until you come to this weekend. OK, what's going to happen is, for the very first time in an unprecedented move, they're going to announce the viewers' vote. So at the beginning of Saturday's show, we will find out how the viewers voted, and they will be added to the judges' score from last week, and a leaderboard will be produced. At that point, all three couples will dance again, and just as normal, the judges will vote, and the public will then be able to vote again. After that, in part 2 of the programme, we will then have an announcement based on the viewers' vote and the judges as to who came third. At that point, that couple will exit out of Strictly. Then the slate is wiped clean, all the phone votes are gone, and we start again with the final two couples. They will dance again. The judges will have their say, but their vote will count for nothing. The only vote that will count for the final two is the viewers' vote. What's interesting to note, though, is because they're announcing who won the viewers' vote from last week, that, I think, gives them a slightly unfair advantage. Because, say, if everybody's voted for Tom, then the other two couples will know that Tom is ahead in the viewers' vote. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Well, who said reality TV was lowbrow after all that? Well, thanks for clearing that up, Nikki. Thanks very much. OK, you're watching E24 with me, Matt Cooke. Some other stories making the headlines now, and it was only a matter of time before the animated blockbuster Shrek was turned into a musical. And this weekend, it's got its big opening. It took 4 years to turn the tale of the Green Ogre and his Princess Bride into a Broadway spectacular. Some of the film's big voices were out in force on the red carpet, including Cameron Diaz. She said the stage version was great fun to watch.
It's hilarious. There's so many laughs, and there's a lot more room in here for the humor. You know, the chemistry. It's great to see all the actors playing it together, because when we do it for the animated, we never see each other. We don't work with one another. We all record separately, and then they put it all together. So you don't really get the dynamics or chemistry that you get with the other actors. And up here, everyone works so well with one another that it's a lot of fun to watch.
The Dark Knight has been named as one of the top 10 movies of the year by the American Film Institute. The latest Batman epic has already been shortlisted for the Best Visual Effects Oscar. The late Heath Ledger's been nominated for a posthumous Golden Globe for his role as the Joker. Tom Cruise has been talking about his latest movie based on the real plot to assassinate Adolf Hitler. The US star plays Colonel Clausen Stauffenberg, a German army officer who led the failed attempt to kill the Nazi dictator in the 1940s. Valkyrie is set for release here in the new year, and Cruise said the script had him gripped.
I know about the story a little bit, not to the extent that I learned, and I'm just reading it like a movie. I'm going, man, I was on the edge of my seat when I was reading this thing. I just kept whipping through the pages, and I found it incredibly suspenseful. I love the action in it. And then on top of that, when I put it down, I'll never forget, I put it down on my desk, and I went, this can't be true, you know?
And their master may soon be on his way out of the White House, but President Bush's dogs have given their annual Christmas message to the American people. Yes, Barney and Miss Beasley have teamed up with the First Family and some other famous faces to wish everyone well in their festive video, which is now available on the BBC News website. That's to be seen to believe. Now, 14.6 million people saw the moment Alexandra Burke was crowned the winner of X Factor, netting a £1 million recording contract too. The 20-year-old Londoner's first single, that's Hallelujah, is the favourite to get the Christmas #1. Well, our entertainment correspondent Lizo Mazimba went to meet her.
Alexandra.
Nothing's sunk in. I don't think it will till probably about a year from now. At the moment, I'm still very hyper. I'm still taking everything in, and it's just really unreal. I keep saying it's unreal because these things don't happen every day. So, you know, it's really cool. The high points for me was actually starting this. The first audition, when I actually got the 4 yeses, because I assumed they're not going to give anyone a second chance. And yeah, that was a really high point for me because all my family was there, and that was just absolutely amazing. And then when I got through to live rounds, that was the biggest shocker because I didn't think Cheryl was going to put me through after she said, I'm sorry, I've got to be the one to do this to you again. And the low points was when, you know, like, week 2, for example, I lost my confidence. I was quite down. I told I'm going week 2, I'm going. And because I didn't go, it picked me back up. And I was like, oh my gosh, there is support out there. I've actually got through. Wow. And yeah, just that. And the low points are also missing your family. But, you know, it's got to be done. I got let go 3 years ago, and it was the most emotional time of my life. I wanted to give up music. I actually did want to completely let go of music, but when you love something so much, you never give up on it, you know? And it was hard for me then, but then I realised there was no way I was ready for it then. I was like 16 at the time. I'm glad that Louis didn't put me through, because what I've learned in the past 3-4 years and taken with me now on this show, that's why I'm able to handle negativity. I mean, I can't always handle it. We're only human and we break down, but I can handle it better than I did 3 years ago. So I've learned so much.
Fabulous. Right, so that's all the entertainment news for now. We'll be back tomorrow at 6:30. Back to you, Stuart.
She was the right winner, wasn't she?
I think
she
so.
She was the best one. Good voice.
Yeah, I didn't vote, but I think,
Okay.
impartial.
Thanks, Matt.